it's Gots! Blowing your doors off on salted coffee!
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the Salted Coffee Podcast. This is episode 15 or 16. We don't really know because we don't pay attention, and neither should you.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
We don't care. Our tens of viewers don't really care either.
Yeah, we don't really have the audience for this kind of thing.
Yeah,
I'm your host, Devon McCann, alongside Brian Koenig
Howdy.
and Paul Z.
Hi, Internet.
So what's up, fellas? How's everybody doing tonight?
We're doing all right.
Yeah,
we're
chilling.
doing.
We're in the second part of a back-to-back this week after a long hiatus. Feeling pretty good, feeling pretty positive about the SCP direction.
Yeah, getting ready to put some salt in our coffee tonight.
Feeling
Yeah.
pretty lubricated.
Yeah, for sure.
I like that word, lube.
So, a little bit of background about the show. So, we're just three dudes from New Jersey hanging out, chilling, drinking some beer, talking, and enjoying your company as you enjoy us, hopefully. That probably sounded creepy. As you enjoy us and we enjoy you. So, let's start the show off with our favorite segment that we like to call Beer Blitz.
Blitz.
That was an excellent sound.
Beer Blitz. No. We're
Trying
definitely not
trying
going to
new
get sued
things
for that one.
on the show this
Definitely
week.
not getting sued.
So, if we could start off with you, Brian, cracking open.
Well, do we want to
Oh, yeah, I need to explain what we're drinking
explain
first.
what we're drinking?
Yeah, so this week we're going to have Not Your Father's Mountain Ale, which looks
It's
a
pretty
lot
much
like Mountain Dew.
alcoholic Mountain Dew,
It's
but
Alcoholic Mountain Dew.
It's creepily neon green.
hey, no one wants to get sued here.
Yeah, it's like glow-in-the-dark beer.
It's got a little mountain man on the front.
It's Oregon Trail,
Yeah.
Yeah, again, to
5% alcohol by
It's
volume.
got Theodore Roosevelt.
The Citrus Brew.
no, because if it was like Theodore Roosevelt, he'd come out of the bottle and just like punch you in the face and yell bully.
Yes, you would. Yeah.
He's like the manliest guy ever.
All right.
Just
So
gotta throw it out there.
crack this
More
open.
manly than like Wolverine.
Oh, yeah.
With opening our Mountain Ales, of course, with the official Salted Coffee Podcast bottle opener. Yeah, indeed.
Do the do. Do the ale.
Ache the ale.
Yeah, that is definitely alcoholic Mountain Dew,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I like it.
Yeah. Solid.
This works for me. Unlike the Zima from last 1 hour ago's episode, part 1 of 2.
Yes, it's definitely more.
Yeah,
It's definitely
the,
more citrusy. Citrus.
Yeah, the Zima is what it was. I mean,
So you know what's
I don't
funny is on the label on the top on the neck it says unique ingredients with an unmistakable taste of nostalgia. So what's nostalgic about this?
Mountain Dew.
But how is Mountain Dew nostalgic? Because it's been around for forever.
Because I used to fucking pound Mountain Dew when I was like 16 years old.
But don't you still
poning
though?
noobs?
No, fuck no.
No, but you still drink Mountain Dew though. Like it's everywhere.
Like
it's
every
ubiquitous.
every blue moon, I'll drink a Mountain Dew. But
It's
but
way
it's-
too
it's like-
sugary.
I used to drink it every single day when I was in high school.
Oh really?
Yeah.
It's way too sugary. It kills your sperm. And
Well,
That
think
isn't true.
that's
The
just a
yellow
myth.
5.
Yeah, that's false.
Remember that?
It probably gives it cancer, but I don't think
Hey, who cares about that?
Here-
kills your sperm.
You know that's kind of a good thing because I don't want to have kids ever.
I want kids.
Do you though?
Yeah.
But do you? Like, think about it. Like, they have them running around,
I've-
shitting everywhere, breaking your video games.
They're not,
Yeah, they shit
they're
everywhere.
not wild animals. They're not just
I'm
drop their
shitting.
pants.
No,
and
they
just
shit everywhere. They fuck up your home. They scratch your fucking couch.
You sure you're not talking about cats?
They just-
No, I'm talking about
They
actual
just-
chillings.
They just go "Rah!" in the middle of the night.
Yeah, they do.
they
They
shed.
scream in the middle of the night. They wake you up. You have to change their diapers. Then they're fucking around in school. I don't know.
Then they fucking make more.
Told you kids to stop fucking around.
There's a good chance that you could be a grandfather if you had a kid now, you could be a grandfather by the time you're 40. If you think about it.
I'm already an uncle.
But
so are you.
Yeah, I've been an uncle
So
like
am I.
a dozen times, and I'm sick of this shit.
Yeah. I mean,
Very anti-kid person over here.
like no hatred toward your brother, but does he ever think of investigating condoms?
No. Well, I mean, more power to people who do want to have kids. I'm not saying like I'm not condemning people who have kids.
Perhaps pulling out and having
it's just
better
that
aim.
it's something I will never do.
It's just not your bag. It's not your thing.
Yeah.
I wish I understand.
Yeah. I'm too immature.
Aren't we all though?
I'm too irresponsible. And just,
Aren't we all though?
Yeah. Like, can you imagine like all the responsibility of having a kid and like dealing with
It
that?
is a shit ton of responsibility. That does scare me. But
Yeah. And like, think about it.
not
Like,
that I'm gonna have a kid anytime
you
soon.
have the kid, right? And then like you raise it for 5 years.
Meg's
and
going to walk in here and tell you she's pregnant.
It could happen. I mean, you guys just lost your virginity to each other a few weeks ago.
I know,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
You lost your virginity.
I deflowered her and
You guys
hung the sheets out for everyone to
But
see.
not
You guys-
on this fucking Yobigo thing or whatever. That's where it should happen. But think about it, though. You have a kid. You raise it for 5 years. And then somebody kidnaps it at the bus stop and rapes it and kills it. And now you're fucked up for
what
life.
the fuck kind of scenario
wrong
you
with you?
in?
I'm just saying it could happen. And we live in a fucked up world.
Yeah, we live in like the suburbs of New Jersey.
It could happen. It could happen anywhere.
It happened in the city,
It could.
but we don't live in the city.
It could happen. It's happening in your backyard right now.
I
and
don't
you
have a
even know.
backyard. It's an apartment.
That screaming you hear, that's some little kid being raped. Or it's me taking a shit.
In case you guys were wondering, ladies, Devon is single.
Oh, yeah, I sound real attractive with all this.
Oh yeah, you do. I'm moist just thinking about it.
Moist. So let's get into our first topic, the actual topic of the show, not
Devon's,
kid raping.
Yeah. I
yeah.
mean, yeah.
That's very dark.
Yeah.
So we want to talk about something positive. And Brian.
I don't know if this is positive. It's just
That was the
this
joke.
is something I've been thinking about recently.
Regale
In fact,
us.
it's just I feel like I'm not as humorous as I used to be when I was like say in high school. I used to crack jokes all the time, make stupid dumb references. I would go off on random tangents and monologues and create voices and characters. And now that I'm like older, I don't do that anymore, and I don't know why.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
whatever
this is
happened-
like the question
And
of the day.
I kinda-
whatever
I
happened to
kinda
that
feel-
cartoon we were going to make?
That's besides the point. I just feel like part of my personality is missing.
Yeah, I think is it part of this is what my question about that is it does it have something to do with just the fact that we got older? Did we mature? I didn't because you just heard me talk
I mean,
about
with the last
fucked up shit. So.
4 or 5 years.
I think
yeah,
we
very
matured
much.
to an extent.
Sure,
And I still have a sense of humor. I fucking laugh at shit all the time, and
right,
I do make jokes. I'm not like dead serious all
but
the
it's
time.
not like to
but,
the extent that it used to be, and it bugs you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I kind of wish I could have that back, and I don't know if I can, or if there's some way I can just kind of figure out
Accept.
how to be more humorous, or how to be funny, or how to make jokes again.
you know what you do is like go down to the local community center, and then take one of those like comedy 101 improv classes.
Oh God,
Do one of those shits.
I've actually considered.
You could do. How about
I'll
I've done improv before, and I'm not
I will
great at it.
I will do stand up with you, Brian. If you do it, we can both do it. But I'm gonna have to be fucking trashed.
Yeah, same here.
You would
Yeah.
need something prepared. You can't just
No,
like, go
no.
out.
I'll go off the cuff if I'm trash.
And the thing with improv, it does help, and like it does allow you to be creative, which
Right.
I think might be part of the problem.
There's no pressure on you.
There's no
to do
pressure.
that.
There's no right or wrong. So it's kind of just like
Do it.
do whatever comes to your mind and just roll with it.
Right.
And I guess in that sense, it can help. It's just I
Yeah.
don't know. It's hard.
Yeah. I guess because then when you're kind of just going off the cuff like that, you're basically it's total stream of consciousness of like whatever comes to your mind and whatever that leads to next. And the problem is like, is it going to be funny or not? Especially if you're performing.
Right. Well, I guess with improv, you don't really have time to worry about that.
Right. That's true. See, like when we mentioned like open mic stand up, that's something that you really, I think,
That's something
really
that's
need.
something you have to prepare.
You have to write an actual kind of
Here's
script.
the thing. Have you guys ever been to a comedy show?
Yeah.
Many.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
comedy
I went to
shows.
one recently, and maybe a few months ago, and I thought the comics were complete douchebags, except for like one of them.
A lot of people rely on crowd work, and I think that's lame.
Well, they sat there and they just threw their political opinion down, and that was all they talked about. And it was actually really not funny.
Right.
It was very annoying.
Well, I mean, I guess, was it supposed to, were they trying to be funny, or was it just like to use the open mic stand up as like a platform?
They were using it as a platform.
Yeah,
like,
so that's stupid then, because then you're not being a comedian then.
You're not, and I'm just like, it was right after the election, so it was like, okay, enough is enough. All we've been hearing is politics for the last year.
That's the whole point of going to the show.
It's just people trying to jump on a trend.
Well, they were.
That too, yeah.
They try to make fun of it.
A couple jokes here and there toward it, that's fine. But that shouldn't be the entire topic of what you want to talk about.
Right. It's hard to not make fun of Trump, I think.
Yeah.
So I understand why there's so many bandwagoners.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Your opinion of the guy aside, one, he's the president.
Sure.
And two, enough is enough. And plus, there's plenty to make fun of freaking Hillary Clinton about, too. But me saying this, watch me get murdered and killed because it's funny that everybody who doesn't like her seems to be killed. Oh, anybody who finds something out about her doesn't seem to ever really make it, but very far. And I'm going to throw out there and say if there's anybody on this entire planet that's a lizard person, it's Hillary Clinton.
Okay.
This is a topic for another time we've already discussed about. But
there are many lizard people, but
I've started feeling more like Alex Jones recently, because I think everybody else is crazy, but maybe I'm just nuts.
Who's Alex Jones? Fill me in on that one. I don't know who that is.
Some guy from Infowars. He's always yelling.
He's like a political pundit or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, he's like
James Carville or...
Yeah, he's like... Alex Jones is way on the right side of...
Fucking...
what the fuck?
Tucker Carlson.
I like Tucker Carlson, actually.
I am.
Yeah.
I like Bill Maher.
Yeah.
I do, too. I like Bill Maher.
Yeah. Not big on the N-word comments, but...
Well, isn't that's blown over now?
Yeah,
right?
I know, and that was like weeks ago, and we're all over it.
Well, Bill Maher seems to hate everybody.
Yeah,
I like that about Bill Maher.
I like Bill Maher just as a comedian.
Yeah,
yeah.
So like I like Jon Stewart and I like Stephen Colbert, and so like that's kind of my bag. It's my shit. But I don't. Do you guys ever listen to Trevor Noah?
I don't like him.
I never checked him out, but
I've only seen a few episodes of the Daily Show with him in it. But
I think I kind of like the Daily Show even when he got on it for a little while. And this sounds kind of stupid, but it's you're not an American, and it has nothing to do with people not being from this country, but you're not even you can't even vote in this country. So who the fuck are you to tell us what we can do with our country when your country is more fucked up than ours? He's from South Africa. Mm-hmm. And there's more racial violence in South Africa than there is in America. Yeah. There's more of that type of stuff going on in South Africa than there is in America. So who the hell are you to talk to us about what we should do with our country? Maybe you should shut the fuck up and go try to fix your own country instead of try to push your opinions on everybody else. Because it's fucking disrespectful.
He doesn't write all his own jokes.
I know, but shut the fuck up. He's not. It's not his country. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I mean, I guess
no.
You're
No, people are.
We're still talking about Trevor Noah.
No, I am. And
we're talking about fixing my humor problem, but
I can't fucking stand Trevor Noah. And I'm going to go off on my fucking tangent about it because it's the same thing with Samantha Bee. Shut the fuck up.
I don't like her.
I don't like her either.
She's not funny. She's never been funny. At least Trevor Noah's kind of funny. I'll give him some credit. Samantha Bee's never been funny. She never will be funny, and she's this big Hollywood elitist who thinks that she knows better than everybody else. Listen to a fucking interview with her. She's so fucking smug, she loves the smell of her own farts. I fucking tell you.
So many South Park references in the last
I have
episode.
to, man.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
South Park's great. I love Matt Stone and Trey Parker because they literally make fun of everyone. And that's how it should be.
I was watching the Tale of Scrody McBoogerballs last night.
It's a classic
It's
episode.
like one of my favorite all time. The Poop That Took a Pee. I like Morgan Freeman. That's an amazing episode. Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, like I know what you mean where you're coming from, like with this whole feeling like you're not as funny as it used to be. Like I'm a total fucking whack job most of the time. I say weird things, and I tweet weird things, and
No, you do.
Like it's just part of my personality is how wacky and off the wall and how I am. But I feel like it is a much toned down version of myself when I was a teenager.
Right.
Because I was worse, so
Off
much
the
worse.
wall.
Oh yeah, you definitely
Yeah.
were off the wall back then.
So,
Like a pair of Vans.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. But like the question really becomes is it in our heads? Were we actually funnier when we were younger?
Maybe,
or
but
we just think
I'm
we were?
literally annoyed by everything now. Everything.
I don't
annoys me.
have the old man syndrome just yet.
Yeah, neither do I. But
I wouldn't say the old man syndrome because there's a lot of things in
another
this life
South
that I
Park
like.
reference where everything is shit and like the flowers start turning into turds and stuff. Like, I'm not there yet, but yeah, it's so easy to be like a curmudgeon as you get older and you start like younger people are
word.
coming up and like with opinions that you don't agree with. Obviously, like talking about like Trevor Noah and stuff, and it's easy to hate on things, and it goes back to like this one saying I've been hearing a lot. That's it's easier to criticize than it is to create.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
like when something isn't
Yeah.
funny to
Maybe
you,
I'm lazy.
it's easy to be like, well, Samantha Bee is not funny, but
she's not.
she's still. I agree with you. I don't think she's funny either. But it's
I
so
could literally
easy
do
to
a better
come.
show than her because she's just not funny.
Well, that's where it comes down to like the personal challenge of like, can you write jokes better than she does, and then go head to head.
And that's a solid no on that one.
Probably not. But because it's so easy to step back and be like, okay, well, I'm not entertained by this, so therefore it sucks, right? Like,
Right.
and you're not really getting into the weeds of like what it means to really criticize something. And it's easy to say like, oh, she's not funny, and like I keep saying, yeah, I totally agree with you. I don't think
Like,
she's funny at
it's-
all.
or you
It's
could
also-
you
but-
could be like Amy
it's subject-
Schumer and just steal everybody else's jokes.
Okay.
Like I don't like Amy Schumer either,
Yeah.
and I've seen her live, and she's just okay.
But it's
So-
also subjective. Like
Totally.
your brand of humor is funny to us, but
Right.
might not be
People
funny to you.
think about
It's not funny to your family. and it's
little
not
kids
funny
being
to-
raped in your backyard. Like that's not something people are going to think is funny.
Yeah, but we know you're just joking.
So, but obviously, there's not actually a kid there. And if there is, we don't know for sure. So we'll just let them do their thing back there. And just, put the blinders on.
So it's just like, I guess Meg thinks I'm funny. I would hope
And,
so.
and that's
it's
pretty
like-
much all that matters, right?
right.
So if you think you're funny and the person you're with thinks you're funny and you have a good time hanging out with each other, it's really
I mean,
all
you
that
guys
matters.
just deflowered each other and propped
Recently,
yourselves each
very
other
recently,
forever.
did that, and
Two good Catholic kids
Very-
just decide that you'd be the only ones you get to look at naked anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you never look at anybody else naked, and of course you don't look at
I
porn.
get to look at you naked all the time, though.
I mean, that's different.
yeah.
No.
I mean, he's a guy, so
I know, it's okay.
The Catholic religion allows that your best man gets to see you naked, and you get to see your best man naked. And
We play naked.
I'm pretty
sex.
sure they said
It's
that.
John 3:14, right?
Yeah,
Yep,
where you
exactly.
thou's best man shall playeth checkers with each other.
Checkers.
John 9:16.
Yeah,
Oh. Is checkers like a sex thing now?
no,
or-
just checkers.
Oh, okay.
We tried playing the
Checkers a holy thing.
we tried playing the 3D chess like in Star Trek. But
Okay.
we couldn't figure out how the fuck that worked.
Wait, there's 3D chess?
Dude, don't you watch fucking Star Trek, bro?
No, fuck Star Trek.
What kind of nerd
I've
are
seen
you?
3D chess on Big Bang Theory. They had it, like Sheldon and Leonard playing.
I don't watch Big Bang Theory.
Nah, that's another one.
You hate that show, and it's not funny. A lot of people say
No,
that. So I like it.
It's good. I like the show, but it's not as funny as they say it is.
It's not great, but it's not the worst thing I've ever seen.
No.
Yeah.
How I Met Your Mother was good, but
No, I couldn't get into it.
through the second watching of it, I didn't like it. I liked it the first time, then I tried to watch the whole series again, and I was like,
I agree with you on that one.
it's mediocre.
Yeah. But
It was better than a lot of things that were on
Humor,
TV at the time.
Yeah.
I guess there's no fixing me then.
Yeah. See, like the thing about it is like you think that you're not as funny as you used to be, and like, are you longing to get back to those days?
Yeah.
Is this just like
I am. I really am.
nostalgia, like of like, oh, remember, like another South Park reference now.
Member berries?
Yeah. Like, remember when things used to be funny and now they're not? Like, is that what this is?
No,
Or-
I just it's not
Remember Cherokee
it's not that
hair
I
tampons?
remember being funny. I feel like I don't feel like I'm not a funny person anymore. It's just like when I'm like talking with people at work,
yeah.
even you guys, like
It's hard
it's
to. So I think with that it's kind of different because like I'm similar with work too, where it's very hard for my personality to come out at work. Like I'm not in an environment where things are funny. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I don't do funny things at work.
I'm sort of in an environment where I can be funny.
And you just don't. But we're really like socially anxious people.
Right.
And I think that's really what the problem is. Like, you know, like you're saying, like your environment is conducive to where you could actually be funny if you wanted to, and maybe you're just not taking full advantage of it.
Right.
Maybe it's because you're afraid other people might not think you're funny, or you can't really be yourself.
I think that's why.
Yeah. So, like, for example, like right now, I'm totally being myself. But if we were recording in the like, and we replaced the two of you with like two girls from work, it would be a completely different conversation. Or I would be a different
Unless
person.
we got you nice and lubricated.
Lubricated with alcohol?
Yeah,
Like we're drinking right now?
What am I going to shove WD-40?
I don't know. I just wanted you to clarify it for me.
I need to lubricate Devon. Let me pour a bunch of motor oil on him.
Devon's squeaky.
10W40 will work.
You know, this is random. This is a great story. And by a great story, I mean it's not. I went to the dollar store. All right, this fucking dollar store that I always go to. And I bought a little thing of WD-40. And I sprayed it on my car door, and now it doesn't squeak anymore.
Wow, that was the most adult story I've ever heard in my life.
Thrilling.
That was intentionally a Buzz Killington story. So, you're welcome.
Did you just make that up, or did that actually happen?
That's actually a true story. And it
Okay.
was not WD-40. It was a knockoff dollar store brand.
Who wants to hear a story about a bridge?
ST39?
I don't remember. I wish, but I don't remember what it was called. It was probably Door Lube. I think that's what it was called.
Yeah.
Yeah. Door Lube spray.
So
Yeah.
so maybe I just need to just talk,
Open up. Yeah. Expose
more
yourself.
and just like
okay.
be more social and
Yeah.
But seriously, if you want to do that, like I'm actually kind of down with that to try like an open mic night.
If
you want to do it,
I've
I'm
considered
all about
it.
all three of
I'll-
us.
Because I
go.
write jokes
I'll
here
go.
and there, and I'm like, ooh, this
Actually,
would be good.
the three of us could go on stage at once.
The Three Amigos.
I don't know if that'll work.
Well, we are a podcast. We are
The
online.
Three Salted Coffee Tears.
Coffee salts. I don't know.
The coffee nights.
Coffee
Coffee
bath
fights.
salts.
Coffee.
No.
Bath salts is fucking sweet.
The,
Not like I've done them or anything. I just know people eat other people. It's fucking insane. It's
we
like,
could actually call ourselves the Bath Salts and just all wear nothing but white shirts and black
Bathrobes.
pants.
I'll wear a bathrobe.
We could have one person do the stand-up and the other two stand in the background and do, like, interpretive dance.
No, I'll go up. I'll do stand up, but I'm gonna have to get very, very fucking lit beforehand.
Oh, for sure. That's a great idea, though. I actually have been tempted to do something like that, or at least like try to prepare like something. And I think what I would do is write like a 2 to 3 minute set, and then perform it in front of you guys first, just to see like. But to see, that's bad though, because then I'm getting like laughs from people who know me. Then
I'd like to.
Right.
Honestly, what I would consider doing was I'd thought about it already. You know, you ever watching Practical Jokers?
Yeah.
I've
You know,
seen
they
it
were
here
just
and
like
there.
normal guys who had normal jobs, and they were friends, and they just
And they just fuck with each other.
Yeah,
yeah, and somehow they had their own like comedy troupe. They played around, you know, in their spare time, and somebody saw them, thought they were funny, gave them a shot. Email one of them, see what they have to say.
Or I could even tweet at them.
yeah,
No one emails anymore.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tweeting is the way to go.
Definitely.
I mean, I know the one guy is friends with one guy Q. He's friends with all the guys from
Comic book man.
yeah, Comic Book Man. He's on that sometimes.
Yeah.
And
Which dude from Comic Book Man?
he's friends.
Kevin Smith.
He's friends with
Oh
Kevin.
yeah,
He's friends with
yeah,
Kevin
yeah.
Smith.
Okay, sorry, I just zoned out.
And
I love Kevin Smith.
Sal, he does stand up. Man, he's on like public access TV with people he knows, just fucking around a lot.
Yeah, you got to put yourself out there. That's the thing. It's kind of scary to do that and to expose yourself to an audience. And
Well, the thing is, these guys they're all in their 40s, but when they got discovered, they all had careers and everything already. They already were,
yeah,
you know, like one guy worked on Wall Street, the other guy was a fireman. They had like real lives, and
You're really invested in this show. You like went
fucking
into
love
their
this show,
like
dude.
background.
Yeah, I love it too. So good.
Oh, okay.
If you watch a bunch of times, they'll have the
I don't have TV.
inside jokes part, and they'll tell you about them. And
Oh, all right.
You know, you just have Netflix, right?
Yeah, I just use internet. But I was actually thinking of
Do you have Hulu?
what?
Do you have Hulu?
No.
No.
you
Is it
got a
on Hulu?
Roku, and like you can.
You can get TV over a Roku though.
Some of them. When I lived in Queens,
You got TV over PlayStation.
Yeah, PlayStation View.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking about doing that too.
Yeah.
getting rid of your cable.
Yeah, but it's because I still have to pay for internet, and it's not much of a difference if I get rid of cable.
Right. So like, I don't want to tack on the extra money onto my bill every month to pay for that because I'm never really home and I work nights. So, you know, having DVR would be kind of cool, but I just kind of go online and stream whatever I actually want to watch.
Yeah.
So
The show's worth a watch. So
yeah, I mean, that's the thing. There's definitely shows like on basic cable that I watch. Like I watched a lot of Tosh.0, and that new season just started a few weeks ago. And
I'll say is so. Hey, Impractical Jokers, if you guys are listening, you know,
They're not
just
listening.
throwing it out there.
nobody.
No,
we've established.
Tweet
nobody-
them. Tag.
nobody's
No,
listening.
no. Tweet at them. Tweet at them. You never know.
Okay.
I mean, you could if you wanted to, but
I know.
yeah, we're so terribly unfunny. Makes us sad.
Our tens
Oh.
of viewers like us.
Yeah. I mean, we like ourselves, and
I think the more we do it, the more we'll just.
Well, we were
become
doing
funnier.
good for a while, and then we just
Yeah, we
kinda-
were, and then
what's the
stopped.
like longest streak that we've gone like for weeks with episodes like in a row?
I think it was when we first started the
And we did
podcast.
like 6 or 8 of them, probably, right?
And we did, yeah, almost maybe 10 of them.
Okay.
Yeah, it's when you were still living in
In your
Oh,
old
really? Was
apartment.
that long
Yeah.
ago? Yeah.
where the fuck was that?
Highland Park.
Highland Park.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. I loved Highland Park. It was so
Park
nice
is
up
pretty
there.
awesome.
And apartment was great too. Anyway, so does that kind of tie the knot around the topic, or
Yeah, I guess it's just, yeah.
one of those
I need
things?
to do things more and just like talk to people and just
Yeah,
not care what
open up
other
and
people think and just
Well, here's the thing. How much do you like the people you work with?
for the most part, yeah, I like them a lot.
Because you know it's different around us. Because for better or for worse, you're kind of probably at this point stuck with us for the rest of your life as friends.
Well, no shit.
I mean,
yeah, I'm sorry.
we were at your fucking wedding.
You have
so,
to
I
deal
mean,
with
there
me.
you go.
Must be awful.
Yeah, I've grown accustomed to you.
Yeah,
Yeah, both of you guys.
the
Fucks.
3 salted coffee tears.
That's such a ring to it, man.
I know it does. It works perfectly.
Once again, we should probably start just doing coffee some episodes, and other episodes just get completely blasted.
You know what we could do is, since we're going to be planning doing back-to-back episodes every week and then like putting them up the following week, what we could do is for the first episode do the beer blitz, and then just chug them. Like do one for the taste and then chug a beer with every topic so that we're drunk, and then the second
Yes.
episode is us doing the coffee to sober up. And then like
that's good.
That's not bad.
good.
so it alternates where we have, and we'll like
I love how we're not talking about this in private. We're actually literally discussing this on the podcast.
Yeah, well, 'cause this is where the
some
best
of our
ideas-
ones and tens of
Hey,
viewers,
man,
please,
we're knocking down the fourth wall here.
please, just tell us if this
well,
is
because
a good
think about
idea.
it, because then we can like be really drunk and silly for the first hour, and then like the following week's episode is us sobering up and talking about something serious, and we can alternate, or we could just do like we have 3 topics, so we could do fun topic or like shitty, not boring, depressing topic, then a fun topic, then a depressing topic, and then like switch back with the next episode. It's a lot of roller coaster riding.
Yeah,
there.
ups and downs.
Yeah. So, but it's just a thought because, like, I do think we could do the whole coffee reviews thing too. So, wait, did we even rate? We didn't rate the cups.
even
We
rate
didn't even
this.
rate
We
this.
see. This is
Hey, let's
why
go back to that real fast. I'm giving this thing about 4 cups.
I'm doing 3.75.
That's not a thing.
Come on,
Three
You can
fine.
go with
All right,
half.
It's half scales here.
3.5, just because it doesn't taste like an ale to me. It's more of just a sweet, citrusy.
They only call it ale because they can't call it dew.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, but how do you define what an ale even is, though?
You're splitting hairs, bro.
All right, fine. You know what? It's 4 cups. You win. It is delicious. I do really like it. This is way better than Zima.
I will be honest. I had it once.
I will
before,
say-
and I liked it better this time.
4 cups.
Yeah. So wait. So we're unanimous across the board.
Yeah,
4 out of
cups.
5 on this.
Solid
one.
4.
That
This is the
impressive.
highest ranking one. I think we had a 5 cup before.
Have we?
I think
If-
we
if
have.
we do, I
we
feel
can get,
like-
we can get tanked and listen to other episodes. and figure
Yeah.
that out.
One of these
But-
days, I'll go back and listen to the episode that has the whopping 13 listens on it or whatever.
No,
We'll
we've
go
had a
back to
couple
that
with
one
more
day.
listens.
I think that what's the most that we've had? Probably
I think
30.
our
Couple.
last episode, 14 or whatever, had
Right.
the most listens.
Oh.
No, our first 1 or 2 had a bunch of listens too.
Our
Yeah.
first one has a lot.
The inaugural
A
episode.
couple hundred, yeah. Or like 100
No,
or
no,
something.
like
That's
20.
when people were really jazzed
Yeah.
about us coming online.
Let me lie to myself, all right? I want to pretend I'm more famous and popular than I am.
All right. Whatever helps you sleep at night.
Does.
I mean, when people
That
heard
knowing
that,
that I have a-
Brian Koenig was coming out with a podcast,
That
they
knowing
got
that I
really,
run,
really excited.
I run a mile in 5 minutes and I have a 12-inch penis.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Wow. All right.
you know, I tell myself
That was-
these things even though
Speaking
none
of
of them are
12-inch penises, let's go on to our next topic.
Yeah. All right. So
penises.
we talk way too much about dicks on this.
I don't think we talk enough.
That begs the question: is there
Dick
really
Cheney,
such
Dick
thing
Van
as
Dyke.
enough?
I'm talking about more dicks. Dick
All right. So,
Tracy.
who is
Dick's
next?
Sporting Goods.
I like dicks. It's a good place to
There's.
buy like clay pigeons and stuff like that.
All right. So is this my topic now, or do you
Yeah,
wanna
It's
do-
your topic.
Okay. So, I'm on Twitter a couple days ago, and you guys know I like Twitter. I like to tweet things. I like to read tweets. I like to
The
retweet.
tweets. The twits.
I'm down with the tweets. And this article popped up on my feed. And it was by this guy, Ben Kuchera, is a writer for Polygon.com. And the name of the article is The $5,000 Decision to Get Rid of My Past When Your Games Become Your Ghost. And this was published on July 12th on Polygon for anyone that wants to read it. We're probably going to put the link for this in the description.
Yeah, we can.
Just because it's a really interesting article. It's not very long. You could read it in just a few short minutes.
5-10 minutes.
Yeah. And
It's worth a read.
it's definitely worth a read. And this article spoke to me on many levels. But it's basically about Ben is talking about his former life of his. I think he was about 23 years old when this happened to him, and he was living with a girl. I don't remember if he said it was a college girlfriend or a post-college girlfriend, something to that effect. And she leaves him, and then shortly afterwards, he gets robbed of his video game collection. So he never gets anything back until later in his life. He rebuys everything, of course, and then gets rid of it again. But basically, the story, like the tagline underneath the headline was "When your games become your ghosts," and he was talking about how all these plastic jewel cases with games in them basically became relics of his past with memories attached to them of his former life that he had living with this girl, and that he would often, when she left him, he would wake up and expect her to be playing, Mario or something in the living room wearing one of his shirts or something. I believe that was one of the. I'm pretty close to one of the quotes there. That was the story he told. Mm-hmm. And I thought this was really an interesting article. It's something that people don't do a lot of, is really expose themselves online and like open up about things that have happened to them in their past, and as a way to kind of relate to others and let other people know that like these things happen and how you can kind of grow from them and move forward. So what he does is like after the cops like sweep the place and they find nothing of like when he gets robbed of his games, they actually called his ex-girlfriend who had moved out because her name was still on the lease. So when he got home and like the cops are there or whatever,
She was in the apartment.
she was in the apartment, and like how like his heart kind of stopped in that moment of like, oh shit, it's so weird for you to be in this place again. And there was a moment where he talks about she kind of approached him to give him a hug, and then kind of relented or backed up a bit and didn't give him a hug. So like she wanted to, and he probably wanted her to, but they didn't actually embrace, and it was kind of this weird moment that he never forgot. So it's just a really interesting read that you should go check out, and we will put the link in our video description or SoundCloud description, however we want to do that. So I was curious to see what you guys thought of this kind of I keep using the word exposing, but this emotional exposing of that this guy came up with. Like, he just randomly thought of this while he was like going to take a shower, and he's like, I'm going to post this today. And a lot of his tweets, before and after the article was posted by Polygon, obviously this guy works for Polygon, he writes for them, and a lot of it was talking about how the things that happen to you in your life everything is for a reason, and it's like kind of meant to kind of build you into the person you are and the person you become. And I just wanted to see because obviously I had you guys both read the article, would get your takes on, does this have any emotional resonance with you in any way? What's your takeaway from it?
I mean, it very much so does for me. Obviously, I know what's happened to you in your past, and I've had heartbreaks in my past to the point where it's a relationship that's serious, and then you have parts of it that are still around for a very long time, and because you can't completely wipe everything out of your life, and then some strange part of you is not always, but for a period of time afterwards is holding on to it in vain, because you don't want to completely let go of the past, and you want to maybe think that things will happen again, things will go back to what it was, you'll find some sort of magic portal to what was, right? And that's just something that doesn't really happen, and eventually you have to come to terms with everything and move on. However,
sure,
while you may move on for the most part, I'll even go with about 95%, there'll always be some, not always, but there's sometimes some small snippet of it that never quite goes away. And so it resonates, because I mean, I remember after getting my heart broken, and I told you guys this after I read the article, my ex had washed a shirt of mine that she had borrowed. She had been wearing it for a very long time. She had taken it, I gave it to her, and she wore it, and when I went to get my stuff back from her, it was folded neatly in kind of a stack of my things, and I didn't wash it.
Did it have red lipstick on it? Did
Everywhere.
she leave a little gift behind? Okay.
Everywhere. But I didn't wash it or wear it for months. And eventually I just decided that was long enough. And
right. Did you eventually come back to it and just wear the shirt and then not have that memory attached to it?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Right, yeah.
Well, that's good. So this is a weird analogy that I have.
I'm pretty confident it's balled up dirty in my car, actually.
All right. So talking about how
Use to wax your car.
accepting things for what they are. I'm going to use a weird sports reference. So let's just say I'm watching a Redskins game, right? And it's they're losing by 1 point, and they're going to kick a field goal to win the game with like 3 seconds left, and the guy misses the field goal. The conversation after that game is over is always like, oh, well, if fucking Dustin Hopkins would have made that field goal, we would have won. And like, that's what it boils down to. That's what the conversation is dominated by. It's just, well, if they made the field goal. But the thing is, they didn't. They didn't make the field goal. The game is over. And when you ask the coaches post-game, they're like, oh, well, we're on to whoever we're playing next week. And the message of that to people and the players in the locker room is to accept what happened. It didn't work. You move on to the next thing.
Exactly.
And that's it. Like it didn't work out in their favor, and that's it. So I think like that's the best thing to do in that kind of situation, is to find ways to move on in a positive and healthy way. And I know that may not be a great analogy for using football, but that's something that I kind of come back to with like in terms of like how acceptance works and like moving forward. It has to be like this quick turnaround.
Yeah.
So, and like with Mr. Kuchera's article, and he's talking about how he just longed to have this collection back. It was like a void he needed to fill in his life.
Right.
So then he wanted to go out and rebuy all these classic games, like some of them that he said, like, I never even opened them. So, like...
There's this thing that, like, people like to attach memories to as many physical objects as we
Sure.
can. Like, there's some emotional resonance to get either gifts we get or just, like, experiences we've shared with things, be it movies, games, whatever. And it's not the physical object itself more so. It's just the time we've actually shared together, be it
Right.
good or bad.
Right.
And for him to actually go out and rebuy all this shit was just a huge waste of time.
Yeah, and then money, too.
And
like,
money. And, like...
But see, like, I think you have to look at it from where he's kind of coming from. Like, I don't think he recognizes that, like, he's older now and remarried, but he's looking at it as, like, this is something I lost that I need to get back. But I don't know if he knew that at the time he was rebuying everything, that if he thought he was doing it because of his ex-girlfriend, he probably thought, I just really fucking love video games, and I miss having that physical unopened box of Super Mario World or whatever, you know? So, like, that could kind of be it, too. And like, I've done things like that where I'll sell an old game, and then a few years later be like, oh, shit, remember that game? That was a good game. I'm going to go buy it again. And then play through it again. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes it sits on my shelf for 5 years, and I never touch it. And, like, for me, video games don't have that attachment to any of my exes or anything. Like, even ones that have been gifts from them, that's not really how I look at that. Like, video games specifically, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, there are other things in my life that do have that attachment. But like he's saying, like when games become your ghosts, and you could replace, you know, that's an interchangeable word with games. Like that could be anything. It could be the T-shirt is your ghost, and give up that ghost, like let it die. So, but I don't think he's recognizing at the time that he's rebuying everything, that it didn't occur to him till many years down the road, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that.
Right.
So then he finds this kind of, he comes to peace with it years down the road where he is selling everything, and he's like, well, now everything's going to a new home, and they can kind of inject their own personal memories to these games now, and even the comment section.
He's like, people can find joy in them rather than me just like mulling over.
Right, and dwelling
games,
on the past, and like, you know, it's just all about letting go and acceptance. And so I think that in the end, especially given the how it ends with him talking about how he, you know, how his life improved and how he got married and is happier, he's got kids or whatever, right? I believe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, you know, everybody loves like a redemption story and a comeback. So like, you know, I think that's a great positive message that the article has. But I thought it was very deep and just, you know, telling.
Yeah.
And it's good. It was good for him to kind of like unbear his soul a little bit, and the reaction from like the comments and on Twitter was very positive that he was able to do that, and he admitted like how nervous he was about publishing such a piece, and so I thought it was a great read.
Yeah, I
Definitely
agree.
worth checking out. So you may find some personal value in just reading that. So
Yeah, even if you like games or not, it's
it's not even about games, really. So
It's a worthwhile story to read. It's the whole human interest thing.
Exactly. Yeah, all about the human condition of maturing and growing older and letting go, and
yes, indeed.
so it's something everyone does. So we can segue into the final topic of the day.
My topic
What do you got
is
for us?
probably a little
more
hopefully a little lighter. This is going to go with just interesting and creepy and weird movie villains. We were talking about this.
They're all not villains, at least the ones I'm gonna.
Not all villains, but
I have
primarily villains in this case.
Did you come up with this topic because of Brian's shirt?
No, but it was revolving around
I'm
something
wearing
we
a
were
Freddy
talking
Krueger
about.
shirt. So
Ferris Krueger, actually.
It's kind of one of those
Ferris
things like,
Krueger's-
oh fuck, I don't
Ferris
have a
Krueger's
topic.
Krueger's
Day
Dream
Off.
Off. Dream Off. What would be Dream Off?
well, it doesn't say Dream Off on the shirt.
Is his day off?
Yeah, it says Day Off.
I didn't even see that. Why would it be day off? Wouldn't it be dream off because he's in your dreams?
Yeah, I guess that would make more sense.
It does make more sense.
Whatever.
See,
I didn't make the
t-shirts.
shirt, so
No, actually, it had nothing to do with that. I think after we had kind of talked about this, I then noticed his shirt.
Okay.
You're talking about
It's kind of one of those things. Is
We're talking about creepy things.
we never plan these ahead. So then we're like, oh fuck, what are we
yeah,
gonna talk about today?
A lot of mine
How
come
about
off, come off
table,
the cuff.
lamp, like we'll think
I
of
love
something.
that.
T-shirt. Let's make that a topic.
Yeah, we like. I don't know what. We were talking about your. Originally, this came by you were talking about your wedding photos and the photographer. I said he's just a random dude who took a bunch of pictures.
yeah, probably.
And you're like, yeah, like the guy from 1 Hour Photo, like Psy. That was one creepy fucking guy.
It was.
Like he was.
But
so
I felt
weird.
bad for him though.
Yeah, because
1 Hour Photo,
he
like Robin Williams?
Yeah, that-
he had.
okay.
He had such a mental illness that he was never able to really get past. He was all kinds of fucked in the head, man.
He just wanted to be loved, man.
Yeah. So
But-
does everyone. It all comes
he-
back around to the human condition.
Exactly.
human
That
condition.
movie is all about
Yeah.
the human condition.
Yeah.
And that's the end of our show, folks. Never mind. I'm kidding. So that's a creepy, interesting fellow.
do you have a favorite creepy villain and/or character? Does it have to be from a horror movie?
No,
No, just a
Okay.
creepy or weird character.
1 Hour Photo isn't
Prob-
horror.
That's
so.
it's suspense.
Yeah.
One of my favorite bad guys, I'm gonna go with bad guys in general, that was weird, was probably Mogatu
I don't.
from Zoolander.
Oh God.
He's not creepy though.
It's not
He's
creepy, just weird.
the Hansel is so hot right now.
Yeah. Like where you just like, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. That's how I feel like almost all the time. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Like everyone else is crazy except I'm the only one that's sane.
That is a good one.
That is a good one.
Let's see.
Or Dr. Freeze. Nice to meet you.
You mean Mr. Freeze?
Mr. Freeze.
Mr.
Close friend.
Freeze.
Batman and Robin.
But he was a doctor.
It might be both.
He is, but he's called Mr. Freeze in the comics. So
He's a doctor. Why would you call him doctor? That's disrespectful.
man, I don't
He's
know.
a fucking doctor. He didn't go to Frozen Medical School to be called Mister.
Yeah, but maybe he, like when he's in human form, he's Doctor, and then he switches over to Mr. Freeze.
Why would he drop that? He already went to medical school.
Because it's a separate
Like,
identity.
no, but Doctor Strange, they're like, oh, Mr. Strange. It's like, no, it's Doctor Strange.
Well, he's a different person.
He's like, fucking earned that title.
Anyways, I'm gonna say Kevin Spacey's character in Seven.
Oh,
I didn't see it.
You never saw Seven?
No.
Oh man, you're missing out.
All right, I'll go see
What's
it.
in the
I'm gonna go home and watch it tonight.
In the box.
But yeah, he's super creepy in that movie. He's very like he plays like a religious like psychopath murderer.
Nut job.
I know that he's Frank
He's like-
Underwood. That's
He
my
is Frank Underwood.
that's my Kevin Spacey experience. And he played.
The guy in K-Pax.
I was thinking Call of Duty Infinite or Advanced Warfare. He was the main villain in that game.
Yeah.
And he was Jonathan Irons or something like that was his name. It's like the head of the Atlas Corporation. And it's like a paramilitary mercenary thing. Never mind. No one cares.
I'm gonna say
Bastards.
Agent Smith from Matrix.
I like Agent Smith.
That's a good one.
It's a very good one.
Great movie. Great dude.
All right, Dev, you gotta go with one.
I'm actually been thinking the whole time, and I can't come up with
You can go
anything.
with horror if you
I'm
want,
thinking,
you know.
like, but creepy though. Like, that's more like when I think horror movies, I think scary.
Right.
And typically, I find most horror movies to be very cheesy. So, like, we're thinking about like classic characters of like just like slasher films, like Jason or Freddy Krueger or Michael Myers.
a
Or,
lot of.
I don't find
a lot
them
of recent
creepy
horror movies
or
aren't good.
yeah, but even the
They're
classic
not
ones,
scary. They're not funny.
fucking
they're just
Hellraiser. Like, I
stupid.
just
So, I have a creepy character, but he's not a villain.
Okay.
E.T.
Yes.
yeah.
Terrified me
That
as a
motherfucker
child.
is creepy.
He is
Yes.
creepy as shit. Man.
Ow.
I have one.
I mean, come
The
on.
Fucking remember that scene where he's like down by the river and he's like pure white and he's like that terrified me as a kid. That scared the shit out of me. I did
Yeah.
not like that at all. You can see his heart beating and he's just like his neck goes up and down. He looks like a space poop.
Okay, I have one, an actual one. Have you guys like read any of the Goosebump books or seen the
Yeah.
show?
Yes.
Have you seen the Night of the Living Dummy ones?
Yes.
Yeah. the slappy dummy in
Really?
the episode freaks me out.
It's like
Wow,
it's like an
okay.
episode of
Yeah, I mean now I
Twi-
probably laugh my
like
ass
an
off
episode
when I
of
rewatch
Twilight
them.
Zone.
But what?
Like an episode of the Twilight Zone where the dummy is like talking.
I haven't seen that one, but I would be
Or-
freaked out.
I
by
haven't
it.
seen that.
Yeah, or
Just-
by the
the
description.
doll, the talking Tina.
Yeah, no, I know.
Oh, now I'm really scared.
And I'm going to kill you.
The
Okay.
fucking doll kills the guy.
I
The guy falls
definitely
down
need
the
to see
stairs
this.
and breaks his neck. He's dead. And it's the doll.
Let's make myself a watch list. So I need to see 7, and then this episode.
It's
of
2 different
Twilight.
episodes of Twilight Zone.
That was 2 episodes. Oh, well.
Just watch a bunch of episodes of Twilight Zone. Trust me.
All right.
That's a topic all in of itself is the Twilight Zone. I love the Twilight Zone. I liked it when they
Did you
rebooted it.
ever watch
I loved it.
Black Mirror? Supposedly
Black
that's very.
Mirror's so good.
I've heard that it's
No.
like really good and super similar to that, right? Same style.
I also
Yeah,
like
it's essentially, but
yeah.
it's more like science fiction.
I also like the
future
Outer
type.
yeah,
Limits.
I've been meaning to check that out.
The Outer Limits was like that too.
So many shows.
And like with Black Mirror, you could just watch. You don't have to watch it in order because they're all different from each other.
Yeah, same thing with Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
They're not related whatsoever.
You guys remember Cops?
The show with the cops. and they
with
run
the
after
cops and
people
the guy
they
in the
arrest people?
beginning.
They taser people.
What was that guy's name? John something?
John Officer.
Is that really his name? I don't think that's his name.
No, they're
No, it's Officer John.
Really?
Yeah.
In Cops, the guy that does the opening thing?
Yeah, and then Officer Dan.
Get the fuck out. You're fucking full of shit.
I didn't know what you guys were talking
No, I
about.
want to know the actual guy's name.
It's Officer John. Jesus Christ, man.
I don't believe you. But that guy's scary.
What
He's creepy. Freaks me out.
Really?
Wait, are you talking about America's Most Wanted?
Yeah.
Oh, that guy.
Oh,
I think that's what I'm talking about. The guy with like the gray hair.
That's
Yeah,
Sergeant J.
No, I know who it is. John Walsh.
Yeah. Yeah.
John
So I
Walsh.
was right. I was John. I was close.
Wait, America's Most Wanted or Unsolved Mysteries?
Ooh,
that was a whole nother weird-
that's
No,
creepy guy.
I'm talking about Murder, She Wrote.
That's Angela Lansbury.
No, we're talking about X Files, aren't we?
Yeah, and Sliders. Sliders. Let's go back to last week.
The old guy in the X Files, he was creepy. He was a creepy
smoker?
motherfucker. Yeah, the smoking guy.
Smoking Man. Yeah.
Yeah, he's creepy.
Wasn't he like the guy who really shot Kennedy or something?
I think so.
Did you guys know that David Duchovny was in X-Files?
Yeah, believe it or not,
And Californication, which is a great show.
Yo, I love that show.
Californication
it
is so
was
good.
good in the beginning.
I
and then got-
felt bad for
Yeah.
him because at the beginning he was crazy. At the end, everyone else was crazy.
In Californication?
Yeah. He
I
was
don't
just
know.
trying to get his life back, and everybody else is off the
He
fucking
was
chain.
fucking up all the time because he's always doing drugs and he's just being Hank Moody, just being himself.
Yeah.
Trying to get his ex-wife back all the time and stuff. And then they ended up together in the plane at the end.
Oh, spoilers. I never finished it.
Oh, well, what the fuck? It was like...
lost interest.
It ended
It was-
years ago, like...
I lost interest.
Hank Moody.
Yeah. All right. Creepy peoples, villains, characters.
Not
Hank Moody, definitely not creepy.
No, definitely not. I like
Dave
Moody.
Duchovny is it's
love
like
Dave
the hot
Duchovny.
Jeff Goldblum. They're like
Yeah.
they're kind of the same
Yeah, that's
guy if
pretty
you think
solid.
about it.
That's a pretty solid one there.
Yeah.
Like Bill Paxton and Bill Pullman.
Very similar dudes.
Yeah. One Paxton and one Pulls.
You know what's been really bugging me lately? The ending scene in Titanic. Like the,
I feel like you've just watched this movie the other day. 'Cause
I
I can't
did.
stop talking about it.
the first time I've ever seen it was this past weekend.
Okay.
True story.
That ship, that was a creepy ship. That's a bad
Yo.
It's
thing.
a creepy ship.
Why am I saying yo a lot? There was such a way for him to fit on that board too.
Thank you. That was what
That's
I was
what's
going to
bo-
say.
That's what's bothering you?
It's been bothering me ever since because the whole time I'm watching it. I'm
It bothers everyone that sees that movie.
like, what the fuck? I'm like, she's got the life jacket on, and she's the one on the wooden board.
At least give him the life jacket.
Give him the life jacket so he doesn't have to swim. I know he's hanging on the edge, but they never even thought to test it, the weight, to see if it would hold both of them. They never even thought
No,
of that.
no.
And then when they didn't think of that, she didn't think to take the fucking life jacket off and give it to him. I know he would have died anyway of hypothermia by floating there, but at least
He would have had a chance.
he would have had a chance. Yeah,
More of a chance.
yeah.
So he just broke him off like a giant Jack Icicle and just
Right, and just
that's creepy.
flies. That was
That's
creepy,
It
yeah.
kind of floats down there. He's
Yeah.
like that. Just
Yep.
no, he would
That
have
whole
floated
scene
too.
was creepy.
Actually,
All the bodies
he wouldn't
floating.
have dropped down there. He would have floated.
Yeah, that's confusing. Like, I wonder the science behind that. Would the frozen body have floated?
Yes, it would have.
Yeah.
Bodies were floating. Were
I
washing
believe
up
bodies would float
for weeks and months.
no
I think,
matter
after
what.
that.
Right?
Yeah, frozen bodies were washing up for a while after that.
Right. I know I actually was reading about it after I watched the movie, and like a lot of the body, they did say a lot of bodies did sink and then were consumed by other like ocean organisms.
Right.
But
Motherfucking sharks and shit.
yeah,
Fucking shark ate me.
sharks.
Have you seen my movies? Deep Blue Sea.
Wow.
So,
I think we
other
just-
movie
I'm
villains?
still
I think we
thinking.
just destroyed that, but we might as well just talk about what's on our minds at this point.
I
guess
feel
so.
I feel like I thought that chick Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas was kind of creepy looking.
Really?
Yeah. But I like Jack though.
Yeah,
Just
he wasn't
throwing it out
creepy.
there. Yeah,
I
he
thought
wasn't
Oogie
creepy.
Boogie was creepy. There's bugs inside of him. Shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Gross ass maggots.
Yeah. So
Dog was.
The dog was a ghost, man. How is he creepy?
He's cute.
you know who was really creepy? Casper, the friendly ghost.
Yeah.
Like
Why is he so friendly?
Why is he so fucking friendly? Like, shouldn't
like-
you be sad that you're dead?
It's like, what's his
He's always smiling
What's
and
his game
giggling,
plan?
and
Like, what's
yeah,
his-
I'm just very confused by the whole thing.
He's gonna
Hiding
inhabit-
something.
He's going to inhabit you, and he has a body back again.
So the lesson from this podcast is don't trust ghosts.
Do not trust ghosts.
Yeah,
Justin's
I think
ghost.
we've set out what we meant to do today.
I think so.
We did.
So
I complained about Trevor Noah.
yeah,
Talked about.
Also a ghost.
and we got to infuse video games into the conversation yet again,
As always.
as always. Yeah.
So, yeah, you want to
Yeah.
take us home or?
Yeah, so I think that'll do it for episode 15 and or 16. We don't
Whichever
even
one,
know.
we
No
don't
one
even
knows, but we'll figure it out eventually for next week. Yeah, so thanks for joining us and enjoying or not enjoying whatever it is that we do.
Just listen. Please listen. Just
Yeah, just please we'll
listen.
just beg everyone to keep listening to us, and hopefully just by doing that, you're supporting us and making us feel better about what it is that we're trying to do here.
Make us
So
feel better
thank
about
you
our
for that.
Share it with your
pathetic lives.
friends.
Share it, like, subscribe, all that fun nonsense.
Yeah.
If you want to,
Interwebs.
we're going to be posting every Monday.
Every-
Is that the
Every
schedule?
Monday on SoundCloud and
Mondays on SoundCloud.
Every Wednesday on YouTube.
Wednesdays on YouTube.
We'll have updates on Facebook.
We'll add the link for the article, the Ben Kuchera Polygon article for this week. One other quick thing I want to do is just a fun little segment. That was an idea of mine about, like, I'm a huge, like, avid music fan, and I wanted to throw out a song of the week. Just to kind of introduce some people to some new stuff that I'm into. And if you guys yourselves want to check it out, feel free to do so, obviously. And we can maybe throw a link to a video, like in the YouTube
Yeah.
link or whatever for this song. But a song that I've been really jamming out to. Has this very relaxing kind of ethereal feel, like a beat to it. It's very. It's by the All American Rejects, and it's called "Close Your Eyes." That's my song of the week.
The All American Reject.
They're still around,
Going
and they
old
just
school on that.
This is a brand new song by them. They just released this about 2 weeks ago. They had a new EP called Sweat, and it's the second track on that. So yeah, Close Your Eyes by the All American Rejects. Great song. It's very chill, like night drive kind of song. So it's got a very relaxed beat in the background. and-
Is it like as poppy as they used to be, or?
Yeah, I would say it's more of just. I don't want to say it's like EDM because it's not like dancey or anything. It's just a
Right.
very chill kind of song. So it's something to check out. So
Well,
Okay.
you guys do that, and you can tweet at me at HunkaliciousRex. Tell me if you like the song, or tell me other songs that I should be listening to that I'm not. And I'll always have recommendations for you guys as well. So thanks for doing that, checking that out, and maybe tweet at them and tell them if you like the song. Tell all American Rejects, Close Your Eyes sucks or it's awesome or whatever. So, but it's a great song. So yeah, again, thanks for listening to this week's episode of Salted Coffee Podcast. We'll be back next week with another one, all three of us, as always. I'm your host, Devon McCann, with Paul Z.
Goodbye, Internet.
And Brian Koenig. If you want to follow Brian, you can do so at B.
B.
Koenig
Koenig
Designs. See, I got it.
Oh, it's plugging his design.
Didn't give me a chance. You can also email us at saltedcoffeepodcast@gmail.com. Did I get that one?
Yeah.
Sweet. And what am I missing? We're also on other platforms like Facebook and Salted Coffee
Instagram.
Podcast on Facebook and Salted
Instagrams.
Coffee Pod on Twitter. And we're also on Instagram.
Yes,
as
Salted Coffee Podcast.
So I believe that covers everything. Did I forget anything? I haven't hosted in a long time. It's been over a year since I've hosted. How did we do?
I think that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before that year was me, I think.
Yeah. So it's been a while. I'm a little rusty. So we'll get on it. So take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, Internet.